am on your video recording.
It's $7,143.54. Just for account relief. Yes, sir. I brought donuts for anybody's inconvenience today. Anybody who's inconvenienced today, there's donuts here. And you're welcome to this as well. Sure. I mean, I'm here to pay the school portion of the property tax in dollar bills.
Okay.
I'm not doing this to make anybody's life more difficult.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I wish the same could be said for me and many others who, whose lives are more difficult for having to pay these property taxes. I only wonder, I see a lot of foreclosures in the area.
Can I just
Yes.
stop you there? Do you understand that the school board votes on the taxes and not the tax collector?
Sure. No,
Okay.
and again, like I said, I'm not here to make anybody's life more
Okay, then if
difficult.
I could have your stub,
Sure.
then do you have your other portion of the stub for me to give you a receipt?
Sure.
And what my receipt is going to say is it's receipted as long as when I take it to the bank and it gets counted, it goes out to this, because I'm not going to count everyone on $1 bill.
Well, I need to know that, I'm not going to leave money and then put it in the faith of somebody to make sure that there's enough money. I'd rather leave.
Well, I'm going to
knowing
say paid, cash.
Yeah, but you're going
The
to
bank
put.
needs to verify. That's
Sure,
what,
but
that's what I was just advised to do.
Okay, sure. So what happens then if somebody takes money in between for here in the bank?
There's not going to be anybody touching the money.
I feel more comfortable if I have a cash receipt.
Well, I'm going to give you a receipt, but I'm just going to
Yeah,
say
but
I'm
you're
not
gonna-
going to count every $1 bill.
Well, I think you should. I'd like a receipt stating that it's paid in full.
You would like me to count every $1 bill?
I don't want to leave here and then leave it in somebody else's hands I want to be sure that, I counted this, so.
I'm sure.
I'm audio and video recording.
She's an elected tax collector. She's not an employee of the township.
Sure.
It's up to her as an elected tax collector to make a decision as to what she wants to do.
Sure, well, I'd rather not leave unless I know that my money is safe.
Is it okay with you if I stamp these people's bills, since they just have checks and it would
Oh,
take
sure,
about
sure,
10 seconds?
sure. Yeah, as I was mentioning, most people, they escrow their tax, so they don't get to actually see exactly how much tax is being stolen from them. I like to create the visual so, people can actually see how much money is being taken from me. And I am using the word stolen because I'm not here voluntarily paying this money to anybody. I'm here because, I fear for the threat that somebody will come and take my house away from me if I don't take this, So in the land of the free, which is supposedly where we live, you would expect that property rights were respected here, and obviously they're not because we are never truly property owners in this country. We are merely renters. So that's why I'm here to pay this in dollar bills because this needs to be seen. This is $7,143.54 of my hard-earned money. It's pretty tough to me to part with this. As you can see, I have a wife and 3 children. You know, it's to me, it's, you know, I could think of better uses of this money than to give it to some service that we don't even use. You see, we homeschool our kids, so we don't even use the public school system, yet I'm being forced to pay all this money into a public school system that I don't use, don't want, don't need. And I don't think that that's really either fair, just, or even ethical, for that matter. It would be the equivalent if, you know, if McDonald's were to force vegetarians to pay for their cheeseburgers. I mean, you know, I'm against the school system, and this money is going to a school system that I am opposed to. And it's not that I'm against education. I'm actually for education. I'm a big proponent of education. As a matter of fact, education can be provided more efficiently in the free market, where people can choose to withdraw their consent from the marketplace. If there's a service that they are providing that they don't like, they don't have to fund it. But unfortunately, that's not the case in this situation. We are forced to pay this money for a system. And that's why people will continue to complain about the school system, because well, basically, whenever there's a system where people are coerced and forced into paying for something, then there will never be any accountability, because the people will always get their money no matter what, just like they're getting my money for a system that I'm not happy with, that I'm not pleased with. You know, in the free market, that would never happen.
So you're saying each of these is 100?
Yes.
I'm gonna assume that these are all, I mean, do we need to count 100 for each of these? Should I?
It's up to you.
Or I could escort him to the bank and they could run it through their bank? They could run it through their bank?
There you go.
I'm happy as long as I get a receipt saying that it's paid in full.
Is that acceptable to you?
Yes,
Take it over to Lafayette Bank?
Sure.
Okay. Let's do that.
Well,
Well, he's gonna carry the money.
right, yeah.
Is it they can't count that high here?
Yeah, I guess there's no money counting machines here, so we're gonna have
We're
to
not
go.
a bank, we don't have money.
It's so much money it can't be counted by hand?
Yes, exactly. It's so much money that they're taking from me and my family, my wife and kids, that
Requires an automated process to
requires
even
an
count.
escort to the bank.
Yeah. So did she refuse to accept this?
No,
No,
I'm not refusing.
we are going to be escorted to the bank. She's
Okay.
going to escort us to the bank so that the bank can count this and verify that this is the right amount, because they are unable to count this large amount of money here.
Okay. Is it, and that was required of you?
No, it's not required. She asked me if I
I
would
asked
okay
if
with
that
it.
was okay, and he said
And I
yes.
told her it was okay.
How much of a daily haul do you guys usually bring in?
I don't think I really need to release that information.
Okay.
I mean, it's,
All that can be answered through the school district. They get a monthly report.
Is there some reason you wouldn't want to just say that?
No reason. Okay?
yep. So I think it says a lot that that they can't even count this large amount of money here. You know, they expect me to work hard for it and other people to work hard for their money, but they can't even count it in the place where they collect it. I think that says a lot. You know, I had some more dialogue in there. I mean, she was pretty pleasant with me, the tax collector. But you know, unfortunately, like I said, there was definitely a disconnect. She doesn't see any problem with what she's doing. She actually referred me to the school board if I have any issues with, you know, paying school taxes, which kind of, you know, she doesn't get the point. You know, the school board is there. They're going to just keep trying to grab more money no matter what they're doing. You know, that you can't play the game of politics. You know, this isn't about politics. This is about morality. This is about ethics. This isn't about politics. So, you know, I'm not interested in going to a school board and you know, asking them for more of my my money. You know, I just want to be able to keep my money and stop having people threaten me, you know, and take my money away from me, and you know, and if I don't, they will come and take my house away from me. Which is like, again, I'm gonna keep saying this point. I'm kind of surprised that she seemed to have no clue, or she just tries to deny it, that people do lose their houses because of taxes.
Were you surprised at all about anything that happened today?
Well, I'm surprised that they can't count money. You know, I thought that, you know, being, you know, that's what they do, is they take people's money, that they would be, you know, at least somewhat efficient in counting money. But, you know, even the state isn't even efficient in counting money. So, I mean, you know, they take money from people and they can't even count it.
What kind of a crime boss are they when they can't even count the haul?
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
How do you feel about your actions today?
Well, my actions, you know, I had no intention of changing anything today. I had no intentions of, you know, making anybody's life more difficult. I mean, my actions, you know, I'm hoping that people see this video, and I'm hoping that people do the same thing. You know, I'm hoping that people, you know, stop paying their property taxes in their escrow and start in their mortgage, and they start, you know, paying cash the way I did. And you know, so I think some of these things do get to these people, and they start thinking about things, and that's what I hope. I hope that everybody out there that's listening to this, everybody out there that sees this, you know, they, you know, start thinking about things. Let's have a conversation about not how much property taxes we should be and what it should be going to, but instead why our property should be taken away from us in the first place. Our money is our property, and we have a right to it. You know, if I want to voluntarily do business with somebody, then I should be able to do so, and I shouldn't be forced to do so. You know, I mean, how would anybody like it if I were to start my business, you know, to start up a business selling something, and then go around and force everybody to want to buy to pay for my product, whether they want my product or not? I mean, it's ridiculous. You're probably laughing at the idea right now, you know, but people think it's okay when it comes to property taxes and other taxes. You know, I think we need to have that type of conversation. If you guys like it, you know, you can go out and continue to pay for it. That's what, you know, that's what the marketplace is about. And the way that you would benefit from it is that the marketplace provides, you know, an incentive for innovation and efficiency. You know, because if they're not doing a good job at that school district of yours, you know, you can stop paying, and then they'll be either forced to A, change their ways, or B, go out of business, and then somebody else will pop up and somebody else will do a better job than what they're doing. So, you know, that's the incentive that the free market creates. You know, it creates competition, and if one company isn't doing a good job, then people will take their money and give it to another business, and then they'll provide better service, and then it will keep getting better. It'll evolve that way, and services will get better, not worse, and they won't stagnate like they are right now. And right now, all you can do is complain. You could bitch, you could moan, you could complain, and that's pretty much it. You know, I hear people who have kids in the school system complaining all the time, you know, and they get nowhere because there's no incentive for them to provide better service, because they're getting your money no matter what. They're getting my money, and my kids don't even participate in the school system. So, you know, that's the way that the free market solution would benefit people.
Thank you so much for all you've done today.
Great, thank you.